few years ago, and I started to realize that there was so much that I didn't know about the world, and came in contact with refugees, people who had returned from being refugees, and I was just trying to put pieces together and start to understand better the world I lived in. And I came home, and I was in LA, and one night I called somebody I knew who worked at different humanitarian causes, and I said, could you send me everything you have? I'm very interested in the UN. And they sent me brochures and books and things, and I just sat up for a few nights just reading through everything. And then I got to the refugee section, and I sat there and it said 20 million people are refugees today. How is that possible? And I've never heard of that. I called Washington, and I asked if I could start traveling, if I could come to Washington and learn, and they let me come up and started to teach me, and we agreed that no cameras would come, no press would know, and I would just start to get an education. And so a month later, I was in Sierra Leone. UNHCR is the UN High Commission for Refugees. It started after World War II, and they're a protection agency. When there's war and persecution and mass people fleeing from one country and crossing into another border, they need protection when they get there. They need some people to be there. They need some people to negotiate with both countries, to negotiate a safe place, to negotiate the type of housing they can have, how long they can stay there. And this is in some areas like Tanzania, say 500,000 people. And then UNICEF and people, organizations that people are very familiar with, often work inside the camp. Somebody told me before I went into the field for the first time, they said, you're going to change and you're going to learn a lot, and you're not going to be able to maybe express to your husband or your mother what's happened to you inside, and you may not want to talk about it. So